Hello grade 9 students, welcome to our virtual class for the 4th quarter week 5. I'm Abigail Sarmiento, your science teacher. Our lesson for today will be work, power, and energy. Overview. In this module, the transformations of mechanical energy and its conservation will be studied conceptually and mathematically as applied in many natural events, as well as in the working principles of man-made structures such as rides and electric power plants. Mechanical energy rules of forms and transformations. Energy is the name of game. Everything exists or ceases to exist because of its presence or absence. It is stored in different forms and can transfer and or transform. It can be transferred without being transformed. It can also be transformed without being transferred. It can also be transformed during transfers. In general, the energy acquired by objects upon which work is done is known as mechanical energy. You have learned in grade 8 science that mechanical energy fall under two categories. Table 1, different forms of mechanical energy. First is we have potential energy. Energy in matter due to arrangement of its parts, its composition, location, and structure is commonly considered as stored energy having the potential to do mechanical work. The various forms of potential energy. We have gravitational, chemical, elastic, electrical, and nuclear. Next is we have kinetic energy. This energy in moving matter and wave. Some forms of kinetic energy, we have motion, radiant, sound, thermal, and wave. Recall in grade 8 science that mechanical work done when equated to changes in the mechanical energies resulted to operational definitions of kinetic and potential energy in the following equations. Table 2, mechanical potential and kinetic energy equations. For potential energies, we have PE grav equals mgh. Next is PE elas equals 1/2 EX squared, where PE grav is equal to gravitational potential energy, while m is for mass of object, j is for acceleration due to gravity, h is for height or elevation difference. For the next equation, where PE elas is for elastic potential energy, k is for spring constant, x is for compression or extension length. Next is for kinetic energy. Ke equals 1/2 mv squared, where Ke equals kinetic energy, m is for mass of object, v is for velocity of object. The evidence and varied uses of the different energy forms is everywhere. Its flow causes change through heat and work, be it energy moving through the food chain or an electric power plant. Energy can never be created from nothing, nor can it be destroyed into nothing. Energy is simply transformed from one form to another or transferred from one system to another. It flows from a source, serving as input system, into an output system during transfers and or transformations. To confirm further the transformation between potential energy and kinetic energy, try the activity given on our GAITF Learning and Content Management System or LCMS at lcms.gaitf.com. Toys can be simple, but the physics behind it can be quite complicated. Indeed, when this energy got transferred or transformed, work and heat plus other energy forms like sound and light were produced. Some of this energy can also be stored in other forms. In general, when you made each toy or object to operate in the activity and set it to move, then the physics behind the toys cause transformations or mechanical from potential to kinetic or from kinetic to potential. A typical hydroelectric power plant has three main parts as shown below. First, the water reservoir. Second, the dam, the power plant, turbines, and generators. Just like the stretched bowstring and the elevated waterfalls, the stored water in the reservoir has potential energy. When water is made to flow down the penstock, the potential energy changes into kinetic energy. The power of the rushing water spins the turbine, which in turn spins the coils of wire inside a ring of magnets, thus generating electricity. You will look into this in detail when you tackle electric power generation in the next topic. But before that, your concern at this point is to make tracking mechanical energy transfers or transformations. Take note that a greater head means a higher drop. A higher drop leads to a faster flow. Why is this so? On the other hand, a faster flow carries greater power, exerting a greater force in rotating the turbine. Thus, this means that a greater mechanical work was done. Conservation of mechanical energy rates. You learned in Module 1 that a body falling freely constantly increases its velocity. Its height therefore decreases quadratically from the point of release since it is falling faster and faster. You also learned in the previous discussion that mechanical energy depends on an object's changing position and motion or the conversion between the object's potential energy and kinetic energy. Let us now examine what happens to the mechanical energy of a roller coaster from figure 6 below. Well, at the top of the hill, the car is stationary. So as the car begins to move down the hill, the potential energy begins to be converted to kinetic energy. The car gathers speed until it reaches back on top of the other side of the hill and converts the gained kinetic energy back to potential energy. If the cart moves from positions H to O, the potential energy decreases since its height decreases. On the other hand, its speed increases as it moves down. Thus, its kinetic energy increases. From point O to P, it gains back its potential energy since it is moving up at higher elevation. In contrast, its kinetic energy decreases as it moves up because it slows down. This exchange of potential and kinetic energy is known as mechanical energy. Ignoring frictional force, the total mechanical energy, which is the sum of its kinetic and potential energies, remains constant at all points of the track. And that is it for today's lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GAITF, or log into our account at lcms.gaitf.com so that you can answer the quizzes and activities given by the teacher. Thank you for listening.